Hello, hello, hello there, everyone. Thank you for joining in. We're playing some Balatro today. I'm a little bit thrown off because I've not so far played with the music. So I'm not familiar with this music. I just turned it on and was like, ooh. Put my headphones and was like, little chill bop going on. Hello, Ross. Thank you for joining in. But yeah, it just threw me off a little bit. I do not know what any of the musical sound effects sound like in this game. Yeah, I am doing well, thank you. Yeah, just like, apologies for being so late. I know I'm always a bit late, but like, I started setting up after already being like, oh shit, this, like, we finished watching like an entire season of a show. And just like, okay, well, it's like 10:05. I'll go get it set up quick. And then it was like, I started setting up and I went into my office. And I saw like my bin had a few things and it was like, oh shit, it's also fucking bin day. So I had to like rush around just making sure like got all the rubbish out, taking the bin out of the house and that, and was just like, I was already running late and then I forgot about that. So I was just like panicking around the house, like, come on. So yeah, that was a fun time. But tell you what though, anyone who's got Apple TV, I mean, you know, the classic, like, everyone I hear of, like, so you know when you finally get, like, another free Apple TV 6-month code, and you redeem that, go and, I'd definitely recommend going and watching, what's it called now? I think it's called Bad Sisters. I don't want to say too much about it, but, you know, it's, like, 10 one-hour episodes, and I thought it was really good. So, yeah, oh, thank you, Shadow, coming in with this raid. Fuck yeah. But yeah, it was a real fun watch, and, like, a good ending as well. Like, it was a show where, like, good ending. One character that, like, you know, is very much just the doggo. Well, like, let's get the doggos in for raiders. Get some more sausages on the go. But yeah, like, it had a character that's like really infuriating to watch, but you know, like at the same time, like the show's well, I would definitely recommend watching it. Despite that character, like, you know, just one of those characters where they're so well written that like you want to just like punch them when they're on screen, kind of thing. Oh, well, happy birthday. I hope, like, you know, watching some Balatro and chilling with us will help, though. But, yeah, happy birthday, right now. So, yeah, the basis of this game is that, like, you're not playing poker as such. You have a deck of cards. It starts out as a standard deck most of the time. And you have, like, a number of hands that you can play. To pick out, you know, out of your 8 cards in your hand or whatever, you pick. How did you manage to raid me twice, Shadow? What is going on? It says you've raided twice now. Well, thank you, raiders. Thank you for joining in. Again, we did raid, like, we did the sausage raids, or the raid sausages. Once it glitched, right? We'll send in a second pack of raid sausages then. I like referring to them as well as packets of sausages. But yeah, like you've got your deck. You play a few hands, and those hands are worth like values of chips, and you've basically got to get through like a rogue-like run where you just can make as many, you know. Basically, I'll show you now, but like each time you play through, continue a saved run from the main menu. Oh, we don't want to be on a saved run right now. No, we want a new run so that we can just start. So I'll start just the basic deck so that people can get a bit of the day I was always raided was Wednesdays. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Oh. So yeah, basically, like, each time you go in, it's like, oh, here's a blind. And it's like, do you select to go into the blind, or do you want to skip it for a reward? This one, I'll just, like, to show the game off, we'll just go straight into it. So right now, we've got a basic deck of cards. We've got no jokers, which are, like, the modifiers that you add to your run. Is this a game you can play with chat? I don't believe so. I think it's just like a single-player roguelike runner. There's no multiplayer elements to it, I don't believe. But yeah, you know, basically now my job is to, like, build the best poker hand I can. Which I think, with these current cards that I've got, would probably just be to do a flush. It isn't just poker, no. It's like a single-player game that uses poker hands and poker elements, but it's not actually poker. So, you know, for a flush, you get the 75 points plus the multiplier. A flush is easy enough to beat round 1. Nice and easy, you get some money. And then this is where it starts, you know, getting to the... You can't fleece me out of imaginary coins. These are my imaginary chips. But basically, yeah, these planet cards, they level up each of your hands. So, for example, like, you'll level up a 4 of a kind to get you more multiplier and more chips. These jokers are, like, permanent, like, modifiers to your run. So for $4 right now, I could buy a walkie-talkie, which each played 10 or 4 gives extra chips and extra multiplier when scored. Then you get Arcana packs, which you use tarot cards to, like, influence the game and modify your own cards in your hand and stuff. And then a blank, which is a voucher. Like, the jokers are permanent modifiers as long as you keep them as one of your 5 jokers at the top of your thing. The vouchers just apply to your run for the rest of time. Until you start a new run off. But the blank apparently just does nothing, question mark. And I've bought it before and it didn't seem to do anything. But for now, I'm just happy keeping my money and going to the next round. That's 1 voucher to the next shop. We haven't got loads of money yet, so I'm not going to be adding things to the shop just yet. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, going back to Starfield and enjoying it more, like, sometimes you just got to be in the right headspace for a game. And, like, if you go into a game like Starfield and you're not really feeling the pace of the game or the exploration that it's giving you, just sometimes just going back to it a few months later is just what is needed. Six, 7, 8, 9. We just need, like, a 5 or a 10. So I normally try to discard more than these amount of cards, but, like, just gonna get rid of the 2 lower cards.
Bang, okay?
Bang, okay. You know, I hope no one ever, like, actually, you know, takes that as me being like, oh yeah, I got you to say we'll bang. It's like, no. It's the Mass Effect memes, but thank you, Shadow. Getting us a little bit closer to that Mass Effect Monday. Right. Okay, so for now I'm just going to play a pair of 7s. And I'll also just throw the 2 in. It doesn't count towards the hand. It just basically is a way to sneakily discard a card you don't want while you're also playing a hand. Oh, I would get a 5 now. And now I can't get the fucking straight with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many spades have we got? Okay, maybe I'll try and just get rid of anything that's not a spade and go for a... Did I get one? Go for another flush. I always find myself going towards like flush-based runs, which is a weird thing to say. A weird sentence to have formed, but I guess if we just do a 3 of a kind here, that should be enough to get us through. There we go, yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, I do think like just getting friends into stuff is a really good way to get yourself like back into a game. Like, I know that I play a lot more Destiny when a friend or two is also really into Destiny. Like, I'm always in there. I always like pretty much every single season I hit like the level 100 on the season pass and stuff, and play a moderate amount. But yeah, I definitely do find myself just like, you know, getting back into things when someone messages me like, you know, oh, I've just like trying to do this on Destiny or make a build or something like that. When blind is selected, create 2 common jokers. Oh shit, yeah, that's a really good deal for all of the DLCs as well. You know. And $5 poker hand. A high card. Poker hand changes on every payout. I guess that's worth it to just buy once, because if you do that one time, that's already earned its money back for me. And then when blind is selected, creates 2 common jokers. Let's roll our luck and see what happens. So all diamond cards are debuffed and unable to be played, basically. So that's the modifier for this boss round. So would I get money if I play a high card? Okay. And then earned $4 at the end of a round. And each play 10 or 4 gives 10 chips on board. Okay, cool. So if we just play, I don't know if that 4 counts towards it, because we're not going to be playing it as part of the 2 pairs, but I wonder. Okay, yeah, the 4 doesn't count, but immediately, because we're on one of the starting rounds, and I played 2 different cards that add 4 to your multiplier, that means all of a sudden my multiplier is going from like ×4 to ×12, which means that boss round just became an absolute joke. Card, that's good. Hi, Watcher. Yeah, thank you for joining in. Play cards with Spade Suit. Give tips one. Yes. Yes, we could get that. I double the rank of the lowest card held in. Maybe we'll go for both of them. Both pretty strong. We'll just go. So if I just play another, hang on. Let's just play a high card first to get the money out of that joker. Okay, so then if we do 2 pairs, then that should give us what, like an extra multiplier from playing those 2 10s again. Then if we just play that to discard it, then this joker will give us double the rank of the lowest card held in your hand added to multiplier, so that'll give like 6 × 2, so 12. for the multiplier as well, which means we should easily just do this in one. Do this in another one. There we go. So, like, it very quickly builds up. If, like, you see immediately of, like, oh, well, you just play 2 pairs. That's going to be, like, a couple of hundred chips worth of points. But then it's like, oh, but this Joker allowed me to get +8 multiplier. This Joker allowed me to get +12 multiplier. And all of a sudden that becomes like 1800 points instead of like 100 points or something. Probably less than, right? Because like, it was like 22 multiplier or something. Plus 100 chips, minus chips for every hand. Probably not. We'll buy the voucher. Gain the discard. So that just means for the rest of this run, we have an extra discard in our hand. Like a discard available to every blind. How quickly would you become annoyed if all your notification noises change to blatant? Apprentice strikes again. What is latent apprentice strikes again? Yeah, no worries, Shadow. It's all good. I know that, like, this is a game, not for everyone, but it's a game for my brain of, like, oh, it's maths, but it's, like, it's fun maths. Okay. So, what I might do here is just card a few of the lower hands. Lower cards there. 10. I'm gonna get rid of the lower cards again. Hope we get a 10. Come on, no. I'm gonna do more discard of the lower cards before I start playing this a bit more. Let's just do 2 pairs again. Like, look how low the score is for, like, just a regular set of 2 pairs. Like, oh, we should have got rid of the 2 in the hand, because that Joker would have been way more valuable. Yeah. Okay. Now we get a 10, of course. As is always the way when you play, like, poker-esque things, is just, luck is always never quite on your side. Or almost never. So what hand? Straight flush. Jesus Christ. So a straight flush would be, say for example, this 10, 8, 7 of all diamonds, and then we would need like a 6 of diamond and a 5 of diamond to be like, oh no, sorry, we would need a 9 and a 6 maybe. To be like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, but they'd all need to be diamonds as well as in a row. Egghead is rapidly rising through the piece off. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, like, I won't be watching Egghead for a while because I at least want it to get to, you know, maybe like each year worth of what Egghead I might, like, you know, pop back in, watch like a year's worth, pop back out and wait another year, something like that. But it's good that, yeah, it's good to know that it's just going well. What am I doing here? I might try and just play at ace high right now. Still got to off that Joker of like playing that. Okay, yeah. Great. I was like, what are the odds that we're gonna get something to help towards this straight flush? We didn't get anything to help, so I'm just gonna play these two to make them higher. at the end with that, using that 7. And then this kind of shit happens where things will just line up and it's like, oh, I've played like 3 hands to get 800 points. But then my 4th hand gives us like 4,000 points when we only need 1,200. I'm going to buy and use Jupiter to level up our flush hands when we play flushes. Because I do, as I say, I do quite like using flushes as like a main build. And then we're going to buy a little booster pack. See what we can get. Also, it's just, yeah, it can be very handy to just make playing a pair of cards more powerful. I tend to not do it with just high cards, but just the idea of like, it's pretty easy to just get a pair and make that really powerful. Yeah, if we're gonna, let's power up a full. Be cocky. It may be just that it has sub One Piece. I don't think it does just have sub. I think it does have dub. However, a lot of the dubs and subs are split up, so it might be worth searching for One Piece and seeing if there is a One Piece sub and a One Piece dub. Because like a lot of the time, like for example, like My Hero Academia, it will, I think it used to anyway, at least, come up when you search like My Hero Academia, it would come up like, oh, it's My Hero Academia English, My Hero Academia Spanish, My Hero Academia Italian, and like you don't just go in and select language option on Crunchyroll all the time. In Godzilla, yeah, it's Crunchyroll is just a terrible app. It's just terribly laid out, terribly handled, and it's like they basically just bought out all of the competition, and it is the de facto thing to use. It's very shit. Like, and that's the thing. It's not even like, oh, it's got a bad desktop app, or it's got a bad like app on consoles, or on this, or on that, and there's a good version of it somewhere. That I have ubiquitously found that no matter where I've tried to use Crunchyroll, it's terrible. All heart cards are debugged. Okay, just can't use heart. Just later on, or just it might not even be necessarily later on, but just sometimes the cards for the boss round, like the modifiers for the boss round, can just be brutal, because there's sometimes where it's like, oh, I've built my entire run around using this one type of hand, and then it'll say you can't use that type of hand, or you can only use each type of hand once. So you have to make sure you get the best version of that one hand possible. Yes, so I would do it through Prime. Issue being that you know, there may be a bit of like password sharing going on to a family member or friend, maybe, you know, that are using my Crunchyroll, and I don't want to give them my Amazon login details, so I'm like, I'm just gonna keep my Crunchyroll so that until they do something about it, I may not be the only person, you know, being nice. I'm like, you can steal my anime until they won't let you anymore. Blah. That's really funny. So, because this one Joker here is like, oh, double the rank of the lowest card hand held in your hand and add that to the multiplier. I basically just beat that entire boss round because at the end it just went, the lowest card you got is a jack, add 20 to your multiplier. And even for just a shit hand, it just made us win anyway. Because that one card is just like really quite powerful for early on at least. Not anything trained up, no. But it doesn't take me very long with the, you know, having all of, like, the money and the vitamins ready to go and all that. But I do have, like, the Raging Bolt and Gouging Fire or whatever it's called that I want to try and get done for Thursday, but this Thursday will be competitive now. A Johnny Go Go Go. What's a Johnny Go Go Go? Okay, let's buy a buffoon pack. Played odd cards with an odd rank. Give 30 chips when scored. Okay, I prefer the walkie-talkie because that it is only for 10s or 4s, but it gives a multiplier as well. No, I really am not a fan of Legal Gentlemen. I've watched. I admittedly, I only watched a couple of episodes, and it was a while ago. But everything I've seen those people make, I've never enjoyed. Every time I watch like an episode or two, and I'm like immediately, just completely, you know, like, I was about to say grossed out by it, but just like, you know, I don't not my vibe. Adds the sale value of all owned jokers to the left of this card to the multiplier. That would be 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. So the most that could be realistically is like 10 to the multiplier. Tell you what, let's just get rid of that. Put that on the very right hand side so that it's currently adding 10 to the multiplier. Yeah, it's definitely divisive. That kind of like humor and just strangeness. Definitely just never been the one that really gels with me. Let's just get 2 random planet cards, shall we? That was a particularly great set of Arcana cards. Tarot cards. It's Arcana pack, but it's tarot card. Personally. And then... I'll tell you what. Get rid of these, because all we need there is a jack to get the straight going. Ugh. Frustrating. Oh wait, no. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 just there. A bit more. There we go. Nice and easy. Just those last 2 jokers at the right hand side are like, oh, this is going alright. Oh, massive multiplier addition. It's like, okay, cool. Rear and Beyond Journey. I've not heard of that one. Yeah, it's one of those of like, I'm still very unfamiliar with most anime. It really is a lot of me just watching the bigger stuff. But I think even just, having a good knowledge of like some of the bigger things is nice. There's not many people when you turn around and you're like, talk about that old, like, the smaller stuff that a lot of people might not know. But you can generally always have a pretty fun conversation with a lot of people, but like, just like, oh, I like My Hero Academia. It's like, cool, yeah, me too. Allow straights to be made with caps of 1 rank. Why would you make the straight stronger? That's just not a good idea. The straights have too much power already. It is probably worth buying it as a good card, though. Just makes playing a powerful hand easier for me. Yeah, that's the thing when it's like, oh yeah, all of my friends preferred like something to Akira, and it's like, why? It's like, I question anyone's taste when they're like, they would prefer basically anything to Akira, whatever you want to call it. Pieces of use like card 1 creates 2 random tarot cards. The random Joker card. We don't have space for Jokers. Just create 2 random. It doubles my money. Cool. The max of $20. 1 card into a gold card. And then buy this because we got lots of money to play around with now. Answers 2 cards. This is what we want. Steel cards are always my favourite one, but we don't want to low one. Do like a middle rank steel card. We'll make the 9 of Hearts a steel card. It's standing out there because it's make that one better. And basically what it means is every time you play a hand and a steel card is still in your hand, multiply your multiplier by 1.5 times. So just add a 50% onto your multiplier. But then that can be that if you have, you know, if you have 2 steel cards left over or 3 steel cards left over, that each steel card will activate one after another. So it'll be like, add 50% to multiplier. The next one activates, add 50% on top of your already multiplied multiplier. Then another one interacts with that and say, add a third, not like, 50% multiplier to the multiplier you've already multiplied. And then your Jokers can already multiply your multiplier as well sometimes. And it's like, that's when you start getting later in the game, and hopefully, like, we can get to that point and start doing, like, multiplying your multipliers is when things start getting ridiculous, man. Hi, Wolfslayer. Thank you for joining. Okay. One off playing flush clubs here, so maybe go to here, discard them and hope for another club guard. Oh, we got an ace. There we go. Again, this Joker card here doubles the rank of the lowest card held in hand to the multiplier. So if I've just got a 1 rogue 2 at the bottom of my hand that we're not going to play, then that means it would only give 4 to the multiplier, whereas leaving an 8 in our hand is going to give us a 16 multiplier. Pretty good, thanks, yeah. I've a lot going on. I've been very busy and like a bit stressed lately, but just chill out and play some fake, like, roguelike poker for a while and just chill with everyone. Go for the double bet here. Play that 6 with it so it gets rid of that. Player again. I'm not getting a massive use out of this one, so maybe we should look to replace the arrowhead and the walkie-talkie when we can like find some good jokes in the shop or something. In the business card, bad. Just a chance to get an extra $2 every time we play a phase card. Play cards with diamond suit give a +4 when scored. +4 to multiplier when scored. Well, that's better than 50 chips from a spade suit. So if we get the greedy joker and then put that in our hand, then that'll just mean if we lean into trying to make either acquire or convert more cards into diamonds and lean into playing diamonds, then we can get like, you know, maybe up to +20 multiplier just from that one card each time. I keep forgetting that we've got this one here, so I'm allowed a gap of 1 within a straight. That one's alright, but we're doing well on money anyway. So I'd rather focus on just keeping like potential additions to scores. And speaking of which, that would be handy. Return 7 of diamonds here in card. Gold card just means $3 added. 3 cards added to your bankroll if it's in the card. If it's in your hand at the end of the round. Then we've got the star here, which means just maybe we're probably better leaning into the higher ranks and just convert those to diamonds. So it just means, you know, this joker, when I'm saying we want to acquire or convert more diamonds, sometimes you just get tarot cards like that where it's like, okay, well, if you're leaning into a run where you need more diamonds, go and like just change cards to diamonds, or buy new diamonds from the shop. And $3 when this card is played. Yeah, sure. Cost $2 less. Yeah, why not? We're kind of rolling in a bit of dollar right now, so convert 1 card into a wild card, which means it can be used as any suit. Why not? Cards played previously this ante are debuffed. I hate this boss type. So this means every single card that we played in the 2 previous rounds, none of them are playable. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Just play a 2-pair. Oh, does that not add... Because it's debuffed, it can't use that for the multiplier. Rough. Okay. They're debuffed. Okay. So I can play three of a kind here. So just get rid of that debuffed card there. Got 2 hands left at 4, and we're not even halfway yet. Be risky here. Get rid of everything that isn't a diamond. Go for higher call. There we go. So maybe if I play 3, 4, 5, 9, and 10 as a flush, get a good flush, double 7 as a multiplier, and then keep that in our hand to get the extra money out. Okay, it's all adding up. There we go. So then, if those little, like, the counters over on the left, if they start flaming, that means that you did enough to beat the entire, like, round in one hand. You had enough points with that one hand that you played. So even though we got through 2 hands and didn't even make it halfway to the points, our third hand had more than enough points to beat the entire round on its own. Pretty strong. Yeah, let's get rid of the walkie-talkie. Buy the hallucination joker, so every time we buy a booster pack, there's a 50% chance of giving us a free tarot card like this wild. I don't know what you are. Creates a legendary joker. Okay, I've not really been paying attention to this one, so I'm going to get rid of this shortcut. And yeah, I've never seen this card before, so it was a legendary joker. Disables effect of every boss blind. So in the last one, when we had that boss blind of like, oh, everything that you've used this ante, you don't get to use anymore. Yeah, just disables that shit. And also, that means that that's an extra 10 sale value, which means that's an extra 10 on the multiplier of this swashbuckler one. Fuck, that's strong. We basically, the bosses just require higher scores now. They don't do anything. That's really fucking good. Creates a random joker card. Converts up to 3 to diamonds. What we'll do, convert these 3 all to diamonds, and turn this number 6 wild card. Means that it effectively works as all 4 classes. Classes, suits. Then make those 3 diamonds. So again, just leaning into this run of diamonds and well, this one is a wild card, so it counts as a diamond anyway. And it's a higher value, so we'll go for this. It is a club, but it can count. No, I'd rather get the money right now. Get the blind. Ironically, this could have been very useful if we had that shortcut joker to play a straight without needing the 5 here. Have 4 towards doing spades. Go for that. Go for a flush of spades. Fine for now. We're halfway. The classic living on a prayer. Good. More than enough. That like extra 20 multiplier from the oh. Go with that steel card there. Ooh. Mega Luxray is actually a fucking shout. And if the Megas continue to work the way they did, you could come in with the Intimidate and then Mega into a better ability. Because giving an Intimidate Pokemon a Mega is so good because you just... Well, you've swapped it in to give the Intimidate already. It's done what it needs to do. I'm going to get rid of these. Open. On. Get rid of the Ace of Spades. Nothing else. Yeah, like card that will give us full house, if not a flush. No, we can do a flush. Because that's that. Don't worry, that little like red mark on there. That's a wild card. It classes as a diamond when we play it, so it will do a flush. I say so often, the hand that you get to like, you know, that's the third hand there. And that one hand gave us enough to beat like the 6,000 blind. But what was Caravan again? Is that just like an actual card game, Caravan? ×3 multiplier on your final run and oh, okay. Let's buy these 2 packs first. That's way more useful than just this like chance to get a tarot card. It does mean like, yeah, you've got to be at the point where you're on your final hand, but that does just give you that safety net of, well, just triple your points on your final hand if you really struggle in that run. You know what? We've used 2-pair quite a lot lately. Let's level that one up. Foil gives it plus 50 to chips, and it also adds 4 to multiplier. Feel like we'll do this one of earn $3 when it's played, and also add 4 to the multiplier. And did make creates a random Joker card. Okay, so if we sell this hallucination, create a random Joker card, see what that one is. 100 chips if hand players can kind. And then we'll just sell that and buy the Acrobat instead. We always want this swashbuckler to be on the very right hand side, because it only adds the sale value of Jokers left of that card to the multiplier. Okay. $36. We got a decent amount of money. And the thing with this is, like, you can earn, not on a regular run, you can earn $5 interest every round. So if you have $25 or above and keep it there, every round you get an extra $5 added back. So if you're clever about it and not in panic mode, then realistically you should be wanting to keep $25 in your bank at all times so that you're always getting more money back each round. Right. Fair enough. Completely ignoring the message of dead money. I remember hating dead money. I think that's one of the reasons why I see Fallout 3 and New Vegas being a lot closer in comparison in my brain, is because I think I really hated the New Vegas DLCs, and I thought a couple of the Fallout 3 ones were pretty good. think it was Dead Money that I'm thinking of that I didn't enjoy. But I haven't played any of these Fallout games basically since they came out. Like, maybe a year or two after for a while, but I didn't play Fallout for, like... You know, I haven't played Fallout New Vegas or 3 in the past 5 years, 10 years. I don't have much great memory of them anymore. Like, in terms of, like, I have good memories of them, but I don't have, like, a very accurate memory of them anymore. If I... That could be 6 of spades, 5 of spades, 4 of spades, 3 of spades. If I get rid of these 2. Great. Want to keep this 9 in our hand because it's steel card, like steel card you want to be keeping in your hand. But then that does mean that we've got to get rid of these 2. We've then essentially got 4 diamonds in our hand. We've got 5. So we use these 2 wild cards as diamonds, as fake diamonds. Then we just make a flush out of it anyway, though. Shadow's back, hell yeah. What do you have food-wise, though? There we go. Okay. 5,600 instead of wanted more than that. Hopeful for more there. Tell you what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 3 discards left still. So if we get rid of everything that's not a diamond and keep the steel card. Right. I don't think that helped at all. It did not. Fuck it. We have another. Just discard the whole. Yeah, true luxury at its finest. Still though, like, you know, it's one of those of. On the one hand, it's like, oh yeah, true luxury, but on the other hand, it's like, but it's still good though. Like, sometimes you can't beat just a cheap old pack of noodles. Bit of bread. Get those carbs on carbs. Okay, let's just play this double pair. You're a mad person. End of the bread's the best part of the bread. I'm all about it. That's why baguettes are so good, because they're basically all crust. The end is just the best in general. I genuinely think the end of the bread is just the best in all aspects. Yeah, no. Not for noodles on toast. For noodles, like, you know, make a little 1 piece of bread sandwich of, like, just whack some noodles on the end of your loaf and just make it like the little hot dog. Just close it up. This game is good. It's so good. Thank you for joining on it. It gets those little, the math going in my head. I was saying earlier, just describing it as like, it's a math game, yeah, but it's fun math. Discard. It does set me with anxiety though, like jokers that I've just been ignoring. Like, oh, this one's not discovered, so you've not used it yet, and I'm like, am I not using it because it's not a good joker, or am I not using it because I'm not like seeing the potential correctly? Yeah, I did see that they were on mobile. I'm also playing it on my Switch. I just I was going to like Sheffield and it was like train delays and stuff. It's like, oh, you're gonna spend like 4 or 5 hours each way traveling. And I was like, now is the time to buy Balatro on my Switch. And it was like, there's been a pretty good delay of all things because I've just got to play more Balatro. Like every now and then, it's like, it's not necessarily that I've enjoyed all my trains getting completely fucked, but sometimes it is like, but at least I got to, you know, get a new game and just enjoy it for all. God, no. Yeah, let's just get some dollars. Get a reroll. I can choose 2. Okay, let's level up the flush. We've been using 2 pair a lot. I feel like 2 pairs quite useful when I've got this joker, because I can do the select the 2 pairs that I want, but then just use the 5th card to get rid of like a low rank card to just mean that that's giving me more multiplier. And $2 per discard if no discard. No, I just discard too much. Alright. Got a lot. Re-trigger all cards played for them. That's strong, but I don't really want to get rid of anything for. Didn't get that. So first hand is drawn face down. This one should mean that it just disables the effect of this boss. Yeah, boss just stopped. That's so strong. Oh, that's such a good joker. No wonder it's legendary. Jesus. I was like, I am reading that right? I've like just ignore the boss's effect. It's like, yep, just disable the effect of the boss. Fucking hell. Right, okay. All we need here is a 10. Yeah, because either way, like, yeah, we could add the 9 into the straight, but that just means less points. Like, just fuck it, get rid. We just want one of these replacements to be a 10. Okay, that makes it frustrating, because with these 2 wildcards here, I'm only 1 off a flush. Which I might just... Oh. Maybe if we just play a 3 of a kind. No. Just let's play a pair. Just play a pair. Keep it nice and simple for now. Just didn't really help at all. Let's just play 2 pair, get rid of that 4 of clubs. I think I get really stuck in this game when I can see that we're like one off a good hand or two. So then I'm like scared to start playing and discarding too much and stuff. Yeah, get my own head about it. Okay, right. This. Let's just get rid of everything that's not a diamond. Hope for a diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ugh. Okay, let's use another discard to get rid of these low ones. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, 14 multiplier instead then. Oh yeah. So we use these, we get more points, and we get to keep gold and the hearts. Don't want to play that as that looks good. Okay, we should be pretty safe. ×3 multiplier on the final hand of the round. So we're going to get triple the points anyway, and we also have a steel card in our hand to get us 1.5 times what we play. Seven, 8. 7, 8, 9, 10, jack. I might get rid of this. The 9. Get rid of the. Hope for a 10. No. Just not use the steel card. Go for a 2 pair. Should be plenty. There we go. That was like 8,000 points. That was plenty. Getting in my own head for no reason there. To plays but on in hand. We haven't got many enhanced cards, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, like, the fact that this game was just, like, made by a solo dev is crazy. Just any game made by a solo dev is crazy in my eyes. Like, it's wild that someone can just, like, make a game by themselves that's, like, actually well made and polished. Not, like, a shitty asset flip on Steam or something. But yeah, it's in, like, quite a lot of people's contention for Game of the Year so far. I will say, like, I think the highs of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth are up there for me this year so far from what the games I've played. However, that game has a lot of lows as well. Like, this game is just, like, a solid, consistent, just... Do you want to just get, like, fucking dopamine from numbers? Do you want math dopamine? It's like, it's never letting me down. The game crashed because the amount of people who immediately became hostile trying to just pick up an orange. It's like, that's why I love and hate games like Starfield, like the Bethesda games, is just random shit like that. I've just, yeah, like, I picked up an orange and entire ship's worth of people became hostile at me. I mean, that is true, yeah. mentioning Helldivers, yeah, that's probably been my most fun experience of the year so far, is Helldivers. But, like, it's persistently fun with Helldivers because I'm jumping on with a friend or 2 or 3. Like, this, I say, this is just like the dopamine mine for me just sitting on my own. That sounds... a 1 in 4 chance. That's the thing, is, like, this one I just wish we had more enhanced cards. I do like leveling up. One more reroll. Increases rank up. Steel card straight away, that's very nice. And play the 3 of a kind maybe, and then those 2. Not a powerful hand particularly, but still get a lot of multiplier, like a decent. We just need a jack. I think we jack. And discard. Tell you what, okay, we'll change our tune, go for the diamond flush. So just those 3. So 1, 2, 3, 5. Cool. We'll keep the king there. Just we may have potential for, like, you know, better hand after that, but we'll see what happens with this. Oh, okay. Yeah, we did it with just that one hand. Excellent. Just about. That's the always, like, I know the YouTube channel Game Maker's Toolkit just, like, recently made a video about Balatro of, like, one of the secret things behind it is, like, not knowing how much your hand is going to score until you confirm the score and, like, watch it count up. Of, like, god damn it, just the fact that, like, then I wasn't sure whether that was gonna get me over the threshold or not. I mean, the fortune teller might be better than the greedy joker. Yes, thank you, thank you. Let's just play some sausages for a second while I actually take more than, like, a sip of my drink. Get some of them in. Need to update some more, but yeah. Oh, yeah, make sure I take a nice couple of big swigs. Thank you for the reminder. I'm very bad. It's like, I noticed the other day, I was like, well, I think it was the Nuzlocke run that I did last Thursday, where, like, I had literally like brought up a full cup of drink with me, did like a 3+ hour stream, and then looked at my drink and went, that cup's basically full. That's bad. Like, dear God. We've been talking for like 3 hours and not hydrating at all. I even sit there and, you know, have like the tickly cough or like start getting like dry eyes or something, and my body's just like, yeah, man, I don't know what we could do to solve this problem. It's beyond me. Polychrome is 1.5 times a multiplier. Is that when played? Purple seal creates a tarot card when discarded. Yeah, I think that's when it's played. Oh, and it's a diamond card. That's awesome. That's a real good find. Doubles the back to money. I hate these lucky cards. Like 1 in 5 chance for a +20 multiplier when it's played, or 1 in 15 chance to win $20 when it's played. And I've like never noticed it paying off. I even had a Joker which was that's a fair point. Just make like a really low point your reward, like hydrate. But yeah, I even had a Joker card which was like add 1 to the frequency of like things happening. So instead of a 1 in 5 chance, it was a 2 in 5 chance or 2 in 15 chance. And just was just never happening. Yeah, fuck it. Let's just double money again. Up to $20, so it just gives us the extra 20. I just never, yeah, I never find them proccing. Never seem to be getting lucky on the lucky cards. Level up a full house, why not? We're flush with cash right now. Each face card held in hands has a chance to give us $1. We don't need the money right now. Gains +3 multiplier when any booster pack is skipped. Gives a free Mega Buffoon. Do that. So we get to pick up to 2 of these Jokers if we want them. Upgrade the level of the first discarded poker hand. Oh, that's mean. Because I could upgrade like a flush really high, right? But to be fair, we could just buy that and just upgrade the fuck out of pairs every time, right? And just get the pair to be like super high level. I might do that. Yeah, I don't particularly like having these ones extra chips if you pick a certain hand. Re-trigger all played face card. Really good. Tough. I'm tempted to get rid of this one here. But there is potential of it adding like 20 to my multiplier. Just for existing. But then there is a chance that it could add like 4 or 6 more. Still alright. But that is probably not as good as re-triggering all base cards every time played. I'm gonna risk it and just keep it how I have it, to be honest. So, like, something a bit more consistent, rather than just hoping for, like, the super high base card plays. And the mouth, you get fucked. Play only one hand type this round? No. Play whatever the fuck I want. Play whatever I goddamn feel like it, okay? That's the issue with this one here, is just... Maybe we just... No, let's not fuck around. So, like, we could play these three as a high card, and that means that we wouldn't level up the high card when we discard these. The boss round, like, we need to make sure we're getting those points. So we just upgraded the high card this time with that Joker, but it's not the end of it. And then we can get that flush here. Yeah, flush, level 5. And easy. This holochrome card I want to play at the end rather than at the start. Just in case I've got other Jokers like added. Okay. Can just play 2 pair. You have 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't really want to be using this 9 as all. Maybe if we just get of art. Out for another flush here. 4. We wouldn't be using that. With 1 off a flush, we might as well just throw another discard at it. This is my problem with keeping this Joker, is like right now that's only adding 6 multiplier to the flush. But oh well. Oh well. And then this final hand, we do get to have the ×3. So we're only 1 away from getting another flush of diamonds anyway. We don't actually need to be leaning into the fact that we're using diamonds anymore. We did get rid of that Joker. But we just generally have more diamonds anyway now. Go, that's a flush. 1 last flush. That should be 1.5 times here. And then 3 times on the final hand as well. That should smash it. There we go, 15,000, yeah. A little bit less comfortable on that boss. But goddamn, that would have been a nightmare if this this Chico was not disabling our bosses. Playing hard to purchase. Shop. I mean, we've got a lot of money, why not? Buy a new upgrade to the super. Celestial Park. Upgrade the pair. tarot card we can get. Turn something. Why not? Very useful enough. And just give it a real 1 in 4 chance to add something. Jokers. By grade the team. Got a lot of money, so just like, yeah, keep upgrading stuff. Nope. 1 in 4 chance did not work. ×3 multiplier if hard and contains a string. I've not particularly lent into making straight happen. I've not particularly been good at making them happen in this run, but ×3 is real good. I'm gonna say get rid of this one and buy it, because it is a very powerful card if we can make it work. Buy and use. You're getting teleported between 2 universes as you walk through this building. 1 building is larger than army. Looking at. That's the thing. Starfield just did a really bad job of onboarding. I did not get on with the early part of that game at all. And from what people have been saying, I'd probably enjoy it later in when it gets more bullshit. Just the beginning hours of that game that I played was terrible. Just terrible. Okay, now this means that we can keep low cards in our hand as steel cards, because we're not worried about having to get rid of them to just be not the lowest number hand. Bone. Okay. Wild card, 1 gold card. Meanwhile, cards just like the make the ace of spades, do whatever. See, that's the thing is, again, hitting me in the right mood. Okay, let's risk that. Because 10 plus multiplier on a Joker, we might end up with a good Joker in the shop, we might not. And now if we can do it where... if we can make it straight that we use on the last hand, then that just means that we get like ×9 to our multiplier at the end. Speaking of getting straight away. Maybe I should discard level up. God, we haven't been leveling up that one. Speaking of which, up the high card by discarding that. Go. Here. Maybe we need to replace that burnt Joker. Not been utilizing it well yet. Right, Queen, Jack, and 9 we have. So we try and keep them and the steel card here. to play towards a straight for our last hand. And then get that ×9 multiplier. So we have 2 steel cards. And then we have the Jack. Queen, Jack, 10-9. So get rid of these 2. Maybe if I just play the pair of aces as a pair. I think I'm going to do that, so then we can wholly focus on making this last hand just beast mode hand. Okay. So we have King, Queen, Jack, 10-9. I'm not going to be able to make it a straight flush here. I guess I have 2 discards left to just get rid of that 8. See if we can get anything better. Nope. But 9, 10, Jack, King, Queen. Then we get 1.5 times multiplier here. We add that to the end for whatever, if it needs to be at the end, if that helps in any way. So we have 1.5 times multiplier, 1.5 times multiplier from both of these 2. Then ×3, then ×3 again. I'm hoping that just all that multiplier is enough to get like this 31k that we need in one hand. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. We got 11k. Oh. That was the thing is, like, I realized when we got to that boss, I was like, I've just skipped that thing to try and get the better Joker. But now we're already at the boss without the better Joker. And then on top of that, just like, we're leaning into one final hand being a straight. We've never leveled up the straight at all. So it's just a super weak hand to be playing that late in the game. But now that we've done one run, I'm gonna just like try doing a bit of a different deck that I've not played with before that's a bit more complicated. I'm going to try this Zodiac deck, because I think I've done like a run with it, but not one. But start run with Tarot Merchant, Planet Merchant, and Overstock, and I don't know what those mean. But start the run with them. Shop has an uncommon Joker. Let's do that. Doubles your money. No, we don't need to double our money right now. Right. The run info. Vouchers redeemed this run. Here we go. So 1 extra card slot available in the shop. Tarot cards appear 2 times more frequently, and planet cards appear 2 times more. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're 1 off of floor. Nice, easy start. How old is this game? A couple of months. It's very new. I think it came out, yeah, probably like February. But yeah, I was mentioning in chat earlier, it's just like, I think like solo dev brought out just like this really addictive like roguelike poker game, and it just, you know, did very well for a low level indie game. But like, it's already sold like 1 million copies, I think. And it's just, yeah, really just hits that right part of the brain for me. And for a lot of people, it would seem. And yeah, it's just become like quite popular through like, you know, word of mouth and stuff. It's just like the way that you see like the start of the run. Pretty easy. Just like play a couple of pairs, play a couple of flushes, play a couple of straights or whatever. And then you go like, oh, like the modifiers that you can get. Like just the fact that I had a card there that I'm really upset that we've now lost. That was just, yeah, disable boss abilities. Wait, what? Excuse me? Sorry? So powerful. And now we don't have it anymore. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah, I think I want that straight away. So the rest of my hand held in hand when we play a card, if they're all black cards, we get 3 times to our multiplier. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Card phase previously anti debuffed. We've barely played any cards this anti, and it's already like 3 of them got. Oh, yeah, we have a. Ah, so we can get rid of this debuff card. Get rid of one of these jacks. Get rid of this 3. I can play the 7, 8, 9, 10 and jack. But I just need this card to get replaced with either a spade or a club. There we go. Then we play the straight. And then the only 3 cards left are all spades or clubs, which gives us the 3 times the multiplier. Which, yeah, enough to beat the boss in one go. Ah, sure. Oh, yeah. Oh. +1 hand size is very good, but that also kind of works a little bit against that blackboard. I might buy the Jumbo Buffoon pack instead. That voucher's going to be around for longer. Right. Ace, 2, 3, 5, or 8. I'm gonna just get that one for now. I feel like that's stronger. I think I've messed up on that one because it's gonna be a new shop now. I do like the +1 hand to hand size, but gives a free Mega Buffoon pack. That'll definitely be worth grabbing. Uncommon Jokers give 1.5 times the multiplier. And both of my other cards are uncommon. Okay. Each played diamond. Each played 8 of diamonds gives 2 times 2 multiplier when scored. Oh, card changes every round. Bit too specific, I think. Gain times 2.5 multiplier per playing card added to your deck. Okay, yep. I think I will go for these 2 then. That was an excellent pickup. Because that means we've got each of these 3 give 1.5 times multiplier because they're uncommon jokers. Because of this one. This one is currently at 1 times multiplier, but for every playing card added to my deck, gain another multiplier, like more multiplier. This one's a triple multiplier if we've got only hands and spades left. Only spades and clubs left in our hand. And this one could give us extra multiplier when we play an ace, 2, 3, 5, or 8. Which I guess is like the Fibonacci sequence of like 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Because it's called the Fibonacci. I should know what the Fibonacci is. Googling it. But I do. Oh, like I've learnt this in maths a long time ago, but Fibonacci sequence. Each number is equal to the sum of the preceding 2 numbers. Got it right? Yeah. Of course, yeah. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Yep, now, yeah. It's all coming back. Couldn't even make a sprite move after an hour. Yeah, like... It didn't shock me necessarily, but it is that, like... Drop us a rare joker. Yeah, do it. Give me another rare joker. Start with 0 discards. Okay. But we're so powerful for how early on this is right now. Like, yeah, do it. Can I make this work? Can't make this. Cards left, but just play the straight. There we go. Just go in, just play one random straight card, like straight hand. We're so powerful right now compared to where we are in the game. Yeah, fuck it. And ×2 multiplier per consecutive hand played without playing your most played poker hand. That's a bit confusing, but it's a rare joker. Let's give it a try. And then we want to save a bit of money to permanently gain +1 hands around. I still have no idea what you're playing. Is poker plus math plus roguelite? It's one of those of like, just, yeah, fun with numbers, but you're also playing poker hands consequentially. Yeah, like that's the thing is like, because you know I didn't finish my uni course, but I did do a couple of years of like game software development. That was like my course at uni, and just like it didn't necessarily shock me because I'd spent a lot of years, you know, reading articles, listening to interviews, stuff like that about games and games development and stuff. But it is like still insane the things that you have to go through just to make basic things work. And that is getting a lot better with a lot better tools now. But when you're just wanting to make something basic and yet start with like the inspiration of like Undertale or Sprite based and stuff, ironically that stuff is getting harder. Well, that stuff is getting harder to make in comparison to how easy 3D stuff is being made to make. Poker is a number game to begin with. Yes, but this is using poker hands in a different way than poker does, because it's not about betting against other people. It's about like getting roguelite elements like all these jokers and building up your deck to be powerful enough to beat the next high score. Rather than necessarily competing against other people, you're competing against like score barriers. The dealer is on bath salts, yeah, just like, fuck it, you can multiply your poker hand by like 1,000 score if you want, sure. It is a deck builder roguelike game, yes. It's just using the familiarity of poker to make it, I guess, more accessible for people. Or less accessible, because a lot of people just see, like, poker hands and cards being played and get put off either through like not liking card games or you know, like the association with gambling and all that, and it even got taken off a couple of the stores and stuff for a small amount of time because the game got rated, then the game got re-rated when it was released as being like 18 plus, gambling involved. I guess when it started picking up steam on Steam, ironically, and on Switch and stuff, like when it started getting more popularity, maybe someone had like flagged it too much for like, well, this is poker, this is gambling, this is betting. It's like, no, not. It's just a high score game that uses poker hand. It is just a deck builder, but just people see the poker cards and the poker hands being played, and I can understand the scariness of like I've heard a few people say that, like, you know, their partners walked in and watching them play this game and is like, are you online gambling right now? Like, what's going on? Like, no, I'm not gambling. I'm not gambling. Don't worry. Just, but yeah, I can see that being a weird thing. Actually, get discard these cards. Get rid of this diamonds so that we can play a flush and get the triple. Okay, yeah, this is why this card here probably not as good as I'm making it out to be. Like, yeah, it's time to be multiplayer, but all of the cards left in your hand have to be spades or clubs, and it's just not playing out that way. Like, we're using up all the discards to make it happen, like, one time. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess it's probably, like, in a similar vein to something like that, yeah. That would help, though. Make a few more cards converted into spades. And permanently getting plus hand as well. But yeah, I don't know what my most current played hand. Do I have that information? My most current hand plays are a flush, a straight, and a two pair. So we basically want to be playing things that aren't that to keep adding to that obelisk right now. He rolls the boss blind. Oh yeah, let's do that, because the boss blind is play only one hand. And even though we could probably nail that, that's just a bit scary. 1 in 7 cards get drawn face down. Okay. But yeah, that other one was play one hand and beat me. Like, okay. Oh. 8, 9, 10, Jack, King. Need a 7 really, or a queen. So maybe if we get rid of a 3 and 10. Play a high card to add to the obelisk. That's now times 1.4 because we do not play most played hand, yeah. It's like we're so close to having a viable hand here. I might just do the same again. Right now. Oh no, it resets. Ah. Per consecutive hand played. Okay. Definitely not as powerful as I thought then. Alright. Still just getting no either. To be because they're played face down, but they're always in the correct order still. We just need like a 7 or... There we go. So then my most played hand is great, right? Well, 4 of my different hands are, but... So then if we did 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack. So then we can also do like this. Make 3 of them spades. Yeah, that does give us the ability to use a flush. Then that would be then we wouldn't be using the blackboard. For that time freeze. It'd be potentially silly here and play a which resets the obelisk. Okay, yeah. But we absolutely just smash the high score that we did. So yeah, the obelisk isn't quite as powerful as I thought. It's not gambling. There's no gambling actually going on. It's all fake gambling. It is just a high score game using poker hands. Like, it's a roguelite deck builder where it's just all single player and stuff. There's no actual money online. I'm not actually gambling. I would not play any kind of gambling game and encourage gambling on my streams. Do not like encourage gambling. We like to encourage showing our sausages off. The only money exchanged here is Kano coins. It's true. Very true. Just show those sausages. Oh my god, I can't believe how fat Oryx was when we got him. He's so skinny now. He's like skinnier than Cade. Need to add gifs of him skinny to this now. But yeah, it's just like Oryx is such a good boy. But the thing is, like, Oryx sits there, right, and he'll like just play on his own. And over the day, like, sometimes it's like for 5 minutes, and sometimes it's like for an hour, and he'll play on his own. And he'll just get his ball. He always has like a ball in his mouth, like, for security, and like, it's not like he has an emotional support ball, but it's like every ball in the house is an emotional support ball, so he just changes them out. But he's always got a ball with him. And he'll do it where he'll just get to any ramp or like set of, you know, little like the baby stairs that we bought them to, like the doggo stairs. And he'll sit at like a ramp or the doggo stairs and just drop the ball down there. And then like run to the ball, pick it back up, run to the top. And then drop it again and run back down and pick it up and run back to the top. And again, sometimes it's 5 minutes, half an hour, an hour. But it probably adds up. And like sometimes he'll spend time digging his ball underneath a blanket to then dig it up, to then dig it under the blanket again, dig it up. And he just has those 2 different ways of playing by himself that just he does on loop every day. And it must just mean hours worth of exercise that he's doing on top of what Cade does. And it's like, we just seemingly can't feed him enough. We keep adding like a little bit more to his portion and a little bit more to his portion, giving him an extra snack and giving him another extra snack. And it's like in his head that he's figured out like the harder I work out every day, the more food I get given. And he's like in this loop of like, I must exercise for more food to exercise more for more food. And I don't know if that's what it is, but like that's what it feels like. And eventually he's just gonna get to a point where he's like always eating or exercising and he never stops. Like, god damn it, mate. And Cade's just sitting there most of the time, just like lying down on a bed like, man. And Oryx is the type of African elk, like, yeah. He is building muscle. Honestly, like it's like he's more hench than Cade is now. When we got him, it was like he couldn't even. This was 6 months ago, bear in mind. Well, a bit more than 6 months. A little bit more than 6 months ago. He was so fat and had basically no muscle. We had to take him on short walks because we were scared of like how little muscle he had, because, you know, just he's a rescue that's been sitting around getting fat. And yeah, it's just like, now he's like more hench than fucking Cade is already. Like, Cade's a healthy, well-exercised dog that's a good weight and got a good amount of muscle on him, and Oryx is like, nah bro, get these gains. Get these gains in. Fucking, he is insane. But he's such an angel. Yeah. They are great names. Like, I keep saying, you know, like, if we get a third one ever, not right now, we're not thinking about it right now, or, I mean, probably is. There's probably every day of our life thinking about, like, yeah, but what if we just got, like, 5 more? But, you know, I keep just being like, yeah, so what we need to do is, like, you know, we've got Oryx. What's Oryx's siblings? Call the next one Savathun. Fuck it. The next one could be Ziva Arath, the god of war. No, we are sticking very much to a... Oh, I was about to be like, well, we're sticking to Destiny names only, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, there was a Nimbus was a name in Destiny. Fuck me. Like, Christ almighty, I forgot about them. They're that forgettable. In my head, it was like, oh, Nimbus is a cute name. No, yeah, I get, like, I know you didn't mean it, don't worry. But, like, I was thinking in my head immediately, like, Nimbus the Cloud from Dragon Ball, like, Goku calling in his Nimbus, which is obviously, like, an actual type of cloud, right? Like a Nimbus cloud or Nimbulus cloud or something. But yeah, I was immediately thinking, like, oh yeah, I'd like a Dragon Ball name, but, you know, we're probably going to stick with Destiny names. At least for now, while we still like the game. Like, we'll see what happens in June. But yeah, then I remembered, no shit, yeah, Nimbus was in Destiny. Might as well not have been. No, I just find it. It's not I dislike it, it's just the forgettableness of them. Of those two, like, like Striders or whatever they were called. The funny thing is, I even played a portion of Lightfall on my Warlock during Guardian games, because I was like, I might just try and unlock Strand, while the meta for getting the Skimmer was to just play as Warlocks for every event. On those last few days, I was like, okay, so I might just play a bit of Lightfall and try and unlock Strand. And didn't end up unlocking Strand in the end, but I did play like the first like 3-4 missions of Lightfall on my Warlock. And yeah, still didn't even really remember that Nimbus was... Yeah, there's a lot of issues with the storytelling and stuff in Lightfall, unfortunately. This is always the issue, is like, got the Jack 9-8 king, or like the ace king, but that's 2 cards that we're missing. Throw them away. Oh. Maybe I'll play a pair of aces. Ah, okay, no, that's fine, that's fine. Do the queen, kick, jack, 10, 9, 8. Destiny 2. Oh, fair, yeah. Like, it depends when you got into Destiny 2 over Destiny 1, I suppose. It's one of those of, like, it's a great game with really bad onboarding at this point, and just a confusing amount of things to do and things to buy. But then it also is on that other side of, like, but it's still probably the best feeling shooter I've played. And just the build crafting is fantastic. The raids are really good. And there is so much good to it. But it is such a barrier to entry that I don't blame anyone for just looking at it all and being like, nah. And I can't argue with it, because it's just, I don't even know what content is available to buy, how much of it is left in the game, and what you need to buy to get what things. Because I can't tell you what things are. And I've played Destiny 2 from day one and never really taken much more of a break than, like, between seasons and stuff. Like, I've never really had a full, like, break off from Destiny. I have played like every season apart from maybe like one season story that I may have been burned out on, every expansion, and I'm still at a point where, like, thousands of hours in and up to date and still playing, I couldn't fully explain to you what content is in the game or what content isn't, and what content each content pack provides. It's crazy. And that is just, like, naturally going to happen over having a game out for 7-8 years, right? But they don't do anything to help people. When the Fallen appeared? Maybe you mean the Taken? Because the Fallen were in it from day one. Either the Fallen or the... You either mean, I guess, the Taken, which were, like, the enemies that were, like, just fully, like, the Taken, yeah. Because I was going to say there's also the Scorn that got introduced, which were, like, the zombie-ish ones. Don't be sorry, it's fine, it's fine. There's a lot of shit in the game, and, like, I still play it and call things the wrong things sometimes. It's all good. Yeah, so that would have been when Oryx was introduced, the Taken King. That was Destiny 1 days, like year 2 of Destiny 1. Beyond Light was the best expansion, really? I mean, fair enough. I could probably explain elements of the story, but no, I could not fully sit here and explain the story off the top of my head. No way. That's like 10 years of story. I could definitely not do that. Yeah. Like, I've definitely played, like, a lot of Destiny for the amount of money I've spent on it, though. It's like, I've spent money on every season and every expansion. Usually in the packs, so you save a bit of money for, like, the, you know, dungeon keys and seasons and stuff. I usually just buy, like, the legendary one with them all in it and not, like, the physical collector's edition. It's definitely not 80% of the story. Like, most of the story is still within the expansions, but the fact that the first campaign of the game to, like, onboard people and explain to, like, newbies, that's the kind of kicker, is, like, there isn't an introductory campaign to, like, tell people just a clean story for a few hours to get you in. It's definitely not the most of it. There's definitely most of the story left, but the fact that, like, a lot of the old seasonal story is not in the game, which is more ancillary and for, like, the people that are really into it, but still has a lot of cool character moments and sometimes sets up the next expansion and stuff. But a lot of the time it is, oh hey, threat's been introduced at the start of the season, threat is done by the end of the season. And sometimes it is like, oh cool, you brought Rasputin back for a season, and that's things that people who know about the lore want to see, but it's again, like, more ancillary stuff for you to deep dive into, and they are making a lot of those cutscenes retroactively on the available on the Destiny 2 YouTube, so you can, like, catch up with it via YouTube and stuff. But yeah, that's the thing, is people like Rasputin, people like these characters, so it is nice to have a season based around them. And, like, the fact that there's this, you know, for the longest amount of time, like, Saint 14 was gone, and the season where you find and rescue Saint 14 is no longer available. And it's cool to now have Saint 14 in the game, but there's just that disconnect of, like, well, Saint 14 was gone and now is in the game, and I can't play the thing where they got brought back. There is some stuff that they've, like, added in of, like, here's a catch-up cutscene and blah blah blah, but it's still just, there is a lot of story not in the game anymore, and some of that isn't even available to have, like, the cutscenes on YouTube yet. But I will say, yeah, I think a lot of the main story that matters is still available within the game via all the expansions. And the fact that, like, what, Forsaken's campaign is gone in the game, I'm not sure. And they've got, like, the introductory mission of Forsaken and stuff in the game, but not all of it. Again, I'm a person that, because I haven't ever gone back and tried to do the new player experience, like, I'm actually unaware of how much of the content is in the game and how much isn't. I have a rough idea, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. That sounds about right. Fighting with and maybe gods. It's like, yep. But that's the thing, is you've been fighting elements like that since day one in Destiny, but, like, sometimes it was just, here's the heart of the god and we don't know what it is. That's the end of the story, and that was the end of the Destiny 1 campaign, and then you know, a year later, you were fighting the Taken King, and Oryx is literally a god within that universe, yeah. Or of, like, god-level power. I mean, that's the best part about any loot game, right? Is like, why do you play Monster Hunter? So that I can turn these god-level monsters into fucking cool weapons and armor. All our city of gods you were fighting in. I just think. I'm not saying I don't believe you, I'm just struggling to wrap my head around what that part is, but Gambit is a very up and down game mode. Like, when it feels good, it feels really good. And I hate the fact that they kind of just ripped a bunch of maps out of it and gave up on it, because there's a lot of potential and Gambit can be really good. What exotic equipment would that be? Because I know there's a lot of exotic equipment that's been, like, retuned because abilities changed and stuff. Gambit's there with... Is it 4? Because it feels like I only play on 2. The only 2 it ever feels like I play on, the one where it's, like, all the snowy one. With the, like, kind of Warmind looking platforms that float in the middle and stuff. And the only other one it feels like I ever play on is the one where it's on... Struggling with planets here, but it's on... Maybe it might be Titan. It's the one with, like, the big Cabal drills coming in. I think it's on Nessus. And I feel like those are the only 2 I ever get. The Lightfall DLC isn't necessarily filled with, like, gods. But, it's, like, there's, like, people that aren't Guardians that are, like, these other beings that went away and created, like, their own versions of, like, powers and stuff. And they're not gods, but they are, like... I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they're, like, similar to Guardians, but got their powers in different ways. Anyway, I should probably play some cards. I should probably play a hand while I'm talking. But this is why I figured, like, this would probably be a decent game to just stream and have a chat with chat. There are just some words that are on a hard ban list where if that word appears, it won't even show up. It won't even attempt to be posted. There's only a few words on there, but there's, like, some just moderation words where you might not realize that they're not, like, you know, they're not the popular bad words, but they are very offensive bad words that might be, like, typed in another way. But yeah, we've had that before. One example I will use without, you know, saying specifically what it is, and don't try and guess because it won't be put in chat. But just when discussing Yu-Gi-Oh, there's, like, a certain color type of card, and, you know, we were discussing it in terms of Yu-Gi-Oh, and other people were using that terminology in chat, They were saying, oh, this type of card, and that card is, you know, an offensive word when used in a different context, so it's automatically banned. And people were getting confused why, like, none of the messages were even attempting to go to mod or anything. Yeah, that might just be one of those things of, like, just something like that where it's just, there's just a word that just even doesn't even reach auto mod level. It's just on a hard ban. Because I like to believe in my chat and think that everyone is polite, but you can't trust everyone on the internet, unfortunately, and you can't just trust everybody to come in and not use weird slurs, which is a horrible thing to say, but it is the unfortunate reality of being on Twitch. It's just, unfortunately, we live in a world where I can't just trust that people won't just come into chat and not scream slurs. It's like, and not me specifically, just every streamer ever, you know, deals with the same shit. But it is just wild of like, yeah, that's just part of it. Yeah, that's just something you have to deal with. Great, great, thank you, I guess. Not even dead internet theory necessarily of like a lot of just spiteful people on the internet go around and program bots to just hate raid people, right? Like a lot of people, especially people of minority, people who are minorities, not of minorities, people who are minorities, like especially have to think about, well, I just have like all of my things of like, if a hate raid comes in, I press a button on my stream deck and it goes into like lockdown mode. And the fact that people need that is just horrible. Yeah, I just have to have the panic button, like, people are hate raiding me with bots mode on my Twitch as an automatic setting that I turn on. Fabulous. I'm horrified to hear that that is the thing that anyone needs to have. But again, it's just, it's one of those things of, yeah, it sounds silly to a lot of people of like, but why would anyone do that? I don't know, but people do, and you can't trust them not to. I mean, that's true, but that's not necessarily like a slur in the sense that you can insult someone with any word, but I think the idea of it being a slur is that it has like historical context that makes it worse. Like it has that added level of, you're not just insulting someone, you are insulting someone in a specific way that is very targeted and used in a like historically very hateful way. And that's what it's like, yeah, you can call someone a knob, but like that's just an insult, right? Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Insult. What's this called on here? Oh, 5+ office. I don't know. What's the actual word for this? Spray duster. You know, just the PC parts. I could say something of like, oh, just a fucking spray duster. Like, I could say it in a way of like, I guess he means that. I don't know what that means, but I guess it's not a nice thing to say. Yeah, you absolute fucking spray duster. Yeah, you could say it in a way that, like, sounds offensive, but most people would just be like, what? Like, that doesn't mean anything. The only thing it means is, like, I guess that person doesn't like me or is calling me out. God damn, this is why I need to just get rid of this blackboard. I'm getting too fixated on only having... I'm just getting too fixated on using up all of my discards to make sure the only cards left are spades and clubs. Yeah, and like it's like again just a weird thing with context there as well of like I got real culture shock in Japan of walking down the street and seeing just like little temples and stuff, and seeing what is very close to that symbol, you know, the very hateful World War II symbol. I'm saying on stream, I don't know, you know, how things are gonna get clipped, but like, you know, I was walking through and just seeing that imagery, and I know it's slightly different, but at a glance, it's seeing those flags up, right? And I walked past and took a second of like, oh shit, and it's like, no, that's Buddha imagery. Like, it's Buddhist imagery, sorry, that like has been taken and twisted to become something hateful. But in Japan and in those temples and in the right context, it's not hateful or anything. It's still a sign of peace. But with, you know, my context and world of only ever seeing it used as like the hateful flag, I walked past and had to do like the double, triple take at temples multiple times because my brain was just going like, oh, why is that there? And it's like, no, it's a sign of peace. It's a Buddhist thing. It's in a temple. It's just been twisted to like that horribleness, and just it was a real, as I say, like culture shock. And it to them over there, it's completely normal because they, you know, they are not seeing it as the thing that I'm seeing it as. They're seeing it as a sign of peace. A sign of peace that has been around a lot longer. But for somebody who's on the outside, you don't see that shit in Europe walking past. Yeah, the moral of every story is humans just fucking suck. But it was that weird thing of just every now and then I'd just walk past somewhere and be like, wait, what? It's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Luca. Calm down. Everything's gonna be fine. No one is spreading hate. It's gonna be okay. And then, you know, you just go to the toilets and it's like, of course no one's spreading hate in this country anymore. Like, look at these bidets they've got. Yeah, I'm just like, oh dear God, what's that over there? And they're like, it's peace. What are you on about? I'm like, oh dear God, no. They're like, no, it's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. Not gonna hurt you. I think by the end of my trip, I did start to get in my head like, you know, that response started to calm down a little bit, but it was certainly there for the first few days of me being like, what the fuck, man? Oh no, it's okay. I'm trying to build up for this diamond flush here. Not eliminate. Multiplier for the obelisk either. Maybe if I get rid of... I'm really... making poor decisions here. I am making poor decisions here. Okay. Play these three as a pet. They've got lots of hands, not lots of discards. Times we played a pet. That. Another diamond added. And how many times we played a high card? That's okay. Might be being stupid here. But I'm using a couple of just low hands to build up that multiplier on the obelisk and maybe get a nice flush with the benefit of the blackboard as well. Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. So I played a high card. Oh no, okay, no, that's not bullshit. I misread. I thought that said my high card was at 3 plays and my straight were at 4. And I played another high card, and it was like, no, you used your most played hand. But I had them both at 4. That's okay. Play this flush. Hope we get damn good out of it. Fucking hell. There we go. 28,000 out of that one. Yeah, we got some good out of that one. I'd spent 3 hands getting 2,000 points. And I'm like, but it was all worth it because that one hand I was waiting for paid out like 28,000 and just smashed it. And that's where sometimes it's like, sometimes it is worth doing that shit. Other times you're deluding yourself kind of thing. I know I can make this work. I can make it work. +1 hand size. All flushes and straights can be made with 4 cards. I mean, yeah, right? Like... uncommon. I might, controversially, get rid of the obelisk for that card. Because I feel like that's never reached me more than ×2. That could get me ×3 with the mixed color. Oh, mixed with the color card. Is the color card, do you mean the one where it's like, it makes every red count as the same suit and every black count as the same suit? Is that the one you mean? Because I love that one. Yeah, that one is just like fantastic. Of just, it doesn't matter whether you play a diamond or a heart, they're all just red cards that count towards that thing. And if you play a spade or a club, they all just count towards that. And it's like, yeah, that's so good. And then adding that with the... oh, God. You're already selling me on the idea of picking up that card now. Last thing is, I'm never achieving like a high multiplier with that one. And the fact that, like, yeah, the blackboard I have been putting myself out a little bit to achieve sometimes. But A, that one is ×3, and we've never been hitting ×3 with the obelisk, even when we were trying. B, this card gives all uncommon cards 1.5 times multiplier every time. So this one's guaranteed, even if I'm not utilizing the effect, it's guaranteed to be doing the times 1.5, as is this one, the 4 fingers. So, like, yeah, the obelisk has a lot of potential. But right now, the potential is just, like, not working. Bi-weekly RP sessions. You don't have to obviously answer if you don't want to, but like by RP, like, what kind of RP, as in like a D&D-esque thing. I'd assume that's what people mean when they're saying RP. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking to myself, like, oh, the obelisk is probably really handy very late on when you've, like, leaned really hard into only one hand. The tabletop hobby is. Right, there are multiple forms of RP, and I'm not here to judge anyone. Playing that for now. Okay, so we can do 10, jack. Cool. That is good straight, and it'll leave spades in hand. Yeah, I'm not overly familiar with. Oh, we could do it with 4 anyway. Yeah. Don't need the 5 anymore. We only need the 4. Power. Let's buy the buffoon back. We don't want to turn things into diamonds, because if anything, we want to turn things into spades and clubs. All club cards are debuffed. That one's gonna. Yeah, that sounds really cool. Like, I would enjoy having a group that I could sit down and do some like tabletop RPing with. I really like the idea of doing it. The only like real time I've had a proper offer was people who wanted to commit for like every single weekend, and I was working at a restaurant at the time, and it's like, I don't know what my shift pattern is. I can't commit to every week. And it was a, we commit to every week or we don't. Like, or you're not allowed to join kind of thing. Which is fair. Like, I respect people's, like, wantings to do that. But it was just something I couldn't commit to. Not trying to make them out like they were being assholes in that situation. Just, yeah, fair enough. You just want to commit to something I cannot commit to. Let's start these two and hope we get. Can play a flush with 4. I can see what you mean, though, of the colour one being really useful here. Of like, if I could make a flush of 4 with 3 hearts and a diamond, and then leave all of the clubs and spades to get the blackboard one to pay off as well. Oh, that'd be so powerful. I may just play a pair. Be a bit silly here. Got to make sure this last hand is real good. you see in there like, the times like 283 multiplier. To be fair, just playing the 2 pairs should be enough. I'm presuming anyway. Can't see why that wouldn't be enough. Oh my god, it wasn't. Oh shit. Okay. Damn, that sucks. Oh, dear. Yeah, true. I guess it's always nicer to have like people that can come in and out and have that group of, well, like one person's missing, like that's not a big deal or whatever, or someone can fill in or however. Definitely. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's like never really worked out for me, but experimental thread that just dropped today. I do not know what that means. But if we're talking about the official version of the game, we are playing the official version of the game. I'm just playing on my Switch. I've not modified it in any way or anything, but I'm so out of the loop with what an experimental thread would even mean or look like. Ugh. Right. What I'm gonna do. That run didn't work out in the end. I'm gonna try a bit of a quicker run on just like the easy mode, or just this one, where it's the checkered deck that I just like to play with. Not yet official patch with tweaks, buffs, and on Steam. Cool. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have that, but I just wanted it to be portable because like playing this on the train and stuff is like, absolutely fantastic. Joker. I'm hoping we'll have the money for the rare Joker, but see. So yeah, this deck only has hearts and spades to begin with. So the idea is just flushes for days. Get the cash out. We shouldn't have a rare Joker. Copies the ability of the Joker to the right, which useless right now. But I'm going to invest in that right now because that is super OP. That is such a good one. But this is a shit boss to have. All my cards are either hearts or spades, and I can't use spades. Need another good one like that. Hit us here, because cards. Okay, that was enough though. Was just enough. Take time off. Don't want to take on a boss again, or I want a Joker to help out with that. Currently have no Jokers or power-ups to our hands or anything. Do not want to be taking on boss 2 yet. But as you can see here, it just makes finding flushes super easy. can already see, just getting flushes is already starting to struggle to get us enough money. It's a bit scary. So I might actually card all these lower value cards here. How much is a full house? Can't get a full house. For some reason in my head that king was like a queen or a jack or something. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay. A bit of a higher value flush. Hope. Okay. Flush is the best I'm gonna get here. I think that we failed already. Oh, scraping by like eight coin or 8 fucking chips. God damn it. Oh no. Okay, we've got a buffoon pack here. Okay. At least we have that for now. Let's re-roll. I guess for now, that blue joker and a copy of it is probably enough. I don't want to keep spending all my money right now. But let's just see how playing a flush at full deck does. With just like the extra 88 chips plus the extra 88 chips. Should be powerful enough to be getting us through right now. There we go. That's helped quite a bit for now. Not particularly great set, but it should get us through this boss. There we go. Yeah, double my money. No reason to not buy that. Blade cards. Spade suit gives 4 malt. On. Oh, I can check that con. Okay, so they are spades and not clubs. Yep. So we'll buy that. And we'll copy that. So every time we play a spade, get 8 multiplier. That should really, really fucking help right now. Jumbo Celestial Pack, hopefully just power up a flush. Great flush. Yes, we'll do that right now. All we're going to be doing all this run is like flushes and straight flushes. Okay. Let's just see where luck brings us. Thermal card into wild card. Gives total. Okay, well we won't actually get any more interest out of that. Keep that. Yep. Next base edition shop Joker becomes Polychrome. Good, hopefully, if we can get a good. And Just see what happens if we play, like, a flush of spades. Sweet. Yeah, actually see what we're playing. Like, that's the biggest downside, I guess, to this game is, like, it is just quite, like, a game with, like, quite small text and stuff. Apologies. 20 multiplier behind contains 3 or fewer cards. But it is just going to give us a 1.5 times the multiplier anyway for just existing, right? It'll just give us an extra 50%. No, it's not my fault, but I do understand that, like, yeah, with it being smaller on the screen and then watching on a small screen, like, I do apologize that it's not, it's a game that, you know, is a bit more chill and can be streamed, but is hard for that. That's why I'm trying to do my best to remember to call out the text as I'm reading it, but I'm obviously not always doing it, but I'm trying. But yeah, that's why I'm trying my best to explain stuff as I'm talking it through. Just because I know it's probably hard to read text for people. So the plus 20 multiplier, if the hand contains 3 or fewer cards, not great, but it's probably worth buying just because it is polychrome and we don't have a full set of jokers. So it'll just give 50% extra to our multiplier anyway. And then we'll just go to that. No repeat hand types this. So that one might pay off quite well. I'm going to save using a flush for using it on, like, a big deal, like when we've got a load of spades and stuff. So may play just pairs right now. Okay, sure. That was just enough to defeat the boss anyway. I guess I'll just play like 2 pairs to get them out of the way. It's like, yeah, well done, you defeated the boss. It's like, oh, okay, sure. I'll take it. First played face card gives a ×2 multiplier when stored. Let's try that. Buy a standard pack and see what we get, shall we? Nope. Let's just move on. Yeah, 2 pairs. Wait, there? Yeah. So right now, for the like ante that we're on, we are doing very well. We are currently rather powerful for that. Plus 10 multiplier of played hands contains a flush. That's probably a lot better than just that blue joker. We are using a lot of flushes. So it's not the strongest, but early on it can be pretty good, and we're playing a lot of flushes. Probably worth it for that. then I'll just count towards that multiplier. It is still probably this. Because like if we copy this one, we'll get plus 10 mult. But if we copy this one for a flush of spades, we'll get plus 20 mult. And then I'll also just use that to be able to fit a dollar bill. Okay, let's 1 in 4 chance of just turning one of my jokers into foil holographic bubble. Nope. Did not work. Let's just move on to the next round. We're doing quite well for ourselves at the moment. Yes, yeah, I am bearing that in mind. Like changing the order of these jokers around. Some of them don't really matter, but some of them definitely do. Like, for example, this one. It changes the ability to the joker to the right. So yeah, I could... Like, I'm keeping it there as default, but if I do want to play, like, a hand that contains fewer cards, or, like, when I play a face card, it might be worth just, like, playing that next to this joker for when I use a face card. Two. Quite get a full. Really need to be like leveling up the flush hand. That's what I need. Great though. Here to like. Great, and then there, yeah. Yeah, I should have probably done that. Should have, well, any of the paid cards I played, I think, were base cards anyway, so. Here. Oh wait. The first play face card in each hand. Oh. Oh, okay. I could do that there. Good. Five. And play that. Each one gives you the +4. Play the jack that does the double, and then the double. I thought the wording of that was like, this is the first card, the first played face card of like the round. But no, that's even more powerful, of like the first played face card in that, just that one hand. That's even better. Oh, but straight. And I don't like powering up the straights. Has to be done in the name of just getting more points. multiplier for each Joker card. I mean, that's better than that. Plus 10 if we do a flush, but that's just plus 15 all the time. Must play 5 cards. Okay, so play that, and then again, that's plus 20 times 2 times 2. Guess doesn't actually affect things right now. It doesn't really matter whether I play it as that card, the Wrathful Joker, because we get plus 20, or as the photograph, because we get times 2. But I would have doubled that anyway, so it doesn't really matter which way around it is when I do that. But oh well. The math ain't mathin'. Go nice and easy. Beat the boss in one hand. Consumables? And spectral cards. These do not show up very often. Oh no, I don't want to be doing that. Destroy all other Jokers, but make one random Joker polychrome, which is like this one, where you get the 1.5 times multiplier for it just existing. But I don't want to destroy all my other ones for that point. Which is why it's really good to start with a Hex card on that other deck, the Spectral. Creates a planet card if this card is held in. Throw one random card in your hand to add 3 random in hand base cards. But then they could be diamonds and clubs and start messing up my flushes. That's all cards in a single rank. -1 hand size. No, I don't want to lower my hand. I'm gonna go with my gut and say like 3 random enhanced face cards may just help a lot. What did we get added? I think they were all spades, right? Queen of Spades, deal card, so that times a 1.5 left in the hand. A Queen of Spades lucky card, which gives us 1 in 5 chance for plus 20 multiplier, 1 in 15 for $20. Also got a Jack of Clubs, but it's a wild card, so it counts as any suit. So we actually got really lucky with that. 2 spades, and the third card counts as whatever suit we want. Jupiter that. A flush. I will take a Jupiter every fucking day. Let's give it 1 reroll. They're just not that powerful. 3 Mega Celestial back. So let's level up Flush. And let's just level up a pair as well. Just because we still have that Joker at the end that wants us to play like a 3 hand or less. Which I may just test out now. And just like see how powerful is that at the moment, because we can copy that and give us plus 40 multiplier. So see how powerful we can just make a pair right now. 3,800. So it's not great, but it has potential. Also, we could just get an extra. If we can't get base card. Get a flush. And yeah, that's the thing, right? It copies the effect of the card and not the card, which means like the fact that it doesn't copy that polychrome thing. Yeah, that would make it such a powerful thing. I know it's a rare Joker, but like that would probably make it like legendary fucking Joker. Make flush. Again, not that it's really making much difference. It's, I guess, good habit to get into. Go, and that annihilated it. Level up a 3 of a kind as well. Level up 3 of a kind again. Riffraff. Oh, yes, it creates 2 common. It's a really good early game on that. Play only 1 hand. Okay. So just got hope for clubs here. We've got 3 discards. So here, it's better to... Do I have a favourite planet? No... Like, I feel bad for Pluto. I wouldn't say it's my favourite. Maybe it's my favourite out of pity. But I wouldn't necessarily it's my favourite. But it does get that pity play. But no, I mean, maybe just Saturn because it has the cool ring. What did Pluto do? Pluto did nothing, right? Didn't realize we were on a rampage against Pluto. That was what it did. It was small. That's what it did. You know what, actually, that's probably a bad idea. So, if we get rid of these few cards here, we'll have a better odds. Because we've still got 2 discards. We might as well hope for higher scoring spades, right? So we keep this 7. So we can guarantee ourselves like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the steel card in our hand still. Just get rid of these 2 and see if we can get... We didn't get anything higher. Okay. But it's worth checking while we still have the discards available. And put those 2 there. So that'll proc a bit later in one of things. Just hope to God that this is enough. It was by quite a bit, yes. Over double the amount the boss wanted. Super ranks not. Like, does that also count for like Venus and Mars because the Spice Girls sang about it? Like, ah yes, the legends of music in the past. Frank Sinatra and Spice Girls. Obviously, I'm joking, everyone. They can't. Like, Spice Girls, you know, they deserve a bit of respect. But I'm not saying that they are, like, on par with, like, the legend of Frank Sinatra. That would be an excellent idea. The blue box is the goal to beat, and red is the... No. The two boxes that you can currently see above where my hands and discards are, the blue box is the amount of chips that I am playing in. So, for example, like, the pair is worth, like, a base level of 20, I think. And then when you put a pair of kings in, they both add 10 chips. They're both a value of 10 in poker. So you have, like, a 20 base plus 10 plus 10, so 40. And then the red box on the other side is the multiplier that you're gaining. Sorry, it's like, feel free to ask questions about the game as I'm playing it. Like, there are things that I don't necessarily think to have explained, but and obviously some people are coming in and out at different times, so there's like things that I might have explained earlier that you missed, and yeah, we'll take a helpful. Be any traffic plus. Grade 2 by 3. So yeah, the score to beat is the one at the top, the very top. Yeah. That's the thing is, like, it's not necessarily the hardest game to explain, but while I'm also trying to, like, you know, play and commune with chat, it's one of those things where a lot of it might get lost in translation. But the score to beat is like that big 30,000 at the top at the moment. Turn a cop. You know what? Let's just play a pair for that. So you'll see there, as that all adds up. Yeah, I'll explain it when I select another. So you will see. We know that's, yeah, that's way. Discard. Again. Oh, 2 more hearts. Let's try once more. There we go. So that's 5 that can count. Clubs. Pop that there. Pop you two over on the left. And then before I proc the hand, I'll explain it a little, hopefully more clear. Yeah, sorry, it is nearly 2. This will, you know, be my last run probably. Like, I just get 2 into the game. Very addictive game. So you'll see, like, the flush level 3 at the moment means that playing a flush gives me a base level 65 chips, which is the blue score on the left. Then the little box on the right hand side, sorry, the right and left are mirrored for me. On the right hand side, that is the 8. That is the current multiplier. And then if you level up the hand of flush, then it'll be like, if it, like a flush level 4 hand will be worth 80 chips and times 10 multiplier, which is why you want to level up your hands. And that just gives a base score every time you play a flush. And then for this hand, we'll add plus 4 chips, plus 5 chips, plus 10 chips, plus 10 chips, and plus 10 chips, because those are like the ranks of the cards, and those chips will all go into that blue box value before the calculation begins. That's the first step. Then any multipliers that get added for the jokers start coming in, like the, you know, the every time we play like a spade, that will be plus 4 to the multiplier. Yes, no worries, Shadow. Sorry for streaming so late today, but take care and thank you for joining in. So yeah, for example, this Joker, when a spade is played, plus 4, and then this one is copying it. So when this played, it's going to get like a plus 8 to the multiplier straight away, then another plus 8, then another plus 8. This is pretending to be a spade, is another plus 8, and then another plus 8, and then this one's going to like multiply it, and this one's going to multiply it. The plus chips add value to the hand, and then like the jokers and the steel cards and stuff, they add value to the multiplier. And then obviously it is just the value of, after that's all been added up and all the bullshit's been put together, is just what are the final chips times the final multiplier. So I imagine this one's going to get quite ridiculous. I would imagine. I would hope. I hope we're getting a high score with this. Yeah, so again, it's just like, oh, plus multiplier, plus chips. Like, it adds up a little bit. And then the last couple of effects we've got going on are like, oh, but then multiply the multiplier. And then multiply the multiplier again. And then multiply the multiplier again. And it stacks and it stacks and it stacks. And all of a sudden you've got a hand worth like 100 chips, but it's getting multiplied like 400 times. And that's why stuff like the steel card is so valuable, of like, every time you've got a steel card left in your hand and not being played, multiply the multiplier by 1.5 times. But then when you've got 2 steel cards left in your hand, that means what? You're doing times 1.5 times 1.5, which is like times 2.25. And then doing like times 1.5 onto the times 2.25 is like times 3 or something. Yeah, times 3, right? So, and then you can increase your hand size and increase the amount of steel cards you've got to try and get more. And then it's just really just, you know, it's one of those of like, it shows how kind of insane multiplying becomes very quickly, of like that whole thing of how quickly just one cell dividing into 2 goes insane, of like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That sounds like not a lot, but it adds up so fucking quickly. And that's just where like this game appeals to me so hard, because it's like, again, keep saying it's fun maths. Yes, we want that card. That's really, convert the left card into the right card. You can't do it with jokers. It's just with the playing cards that we have. Level up a flush. So yeah, now a flush is worth 80 chips times 10 as a base value, because we just leveled up a flush. All cards are drawn face down. All face cards are drawn face down. This can be a difficult one to work with, because now all my most valuable cards, I'm not sure what suit they are. I'm not sure what value they are. I can give a guess because I know they're higher than a 9. Like, I know that they're higher than 10. Like, they're worth that much, but I don't know whether this could be a fucking pair of Ace of Spades. Oh, no, wait. I don't think it classes aces face cards. That could be a pair of, like, Kings of Spades, which is really handy. But it could also be a Jack and a Queen of Hearts, which is not so handy for me. And they're the higher end value cards that we need more of. For now, play a pair. Ace isn't a face card. Yeah. I keep thinking in my head like, oh well, face cards are all everything above a 10, but it's not. The face cards are literally the Queen, Jack, and King. I don't know why I said it in that order. Yeah, at least we got a steel card now. I'm gonna discard this shit. Definitely isn't counted as a face card in this. Oh. That means I've basically got a 50-50 on does this face card become a spade and really help us, or is it a heart and not helpful at all? We've got 3 hands left, so currently I'm going to take the risk. Ah. Okay. Thank you for that tip. I didn't think about that. And that has really just saved my ass, so thank you very much. Just before I pressed confirm. Alright. Do last discard there. That's tough. Got to play hands. Yeah. Okay, this isn't too bad. This should do it for us. Yeah, we nearly got the whole thing in just that one last hand. Oh, I could have used my death hand to copy the steel card, but oh well. It is what it is. We beat that boss anyway, but thank you, Duthian, for, like, saving my ass in that moment of just, why are you being a moron? Sort it by suit. Like, yep. Very true. That's all the information I really need, is being able to swap between them, because there's only 2 suits available to me, basically, apart from, like, 1 wild card. It means that's all the information I actually need. Times 4 multiplier every 8 hands played. So that's like a punch card. So it's only the 8th hand. It's not gain an extra 4 multiplier every time you play. Oh, 6 hands. Even like me being this far away from the screen, it's like they need to have 6 hands. Yeah, they need to have a better. They do. Apologies for not checking this out here. No, they don't have a graphics option for like making the text bigger. But this idol keeps trying to pop up to me. Oh. I guess it might be because it's one of the like the non-discover jokers that I've never used or something. Take a skill. I always want the steel cards. Because to me, I don't feel like anything is as powerful as just multiplying a multiplier. Because it's so stackable. Yeah, hinting to me of like, hey, try this card out, please. It's in the game and you haven't fucking used it yet. It's like, I don't like the sound of it. Leave me alone. This is really throwing me off because I've never sorted by suit. I've always sorted it by rank. Probably better for me to make more steel cards, like low value heart ones. So convert the left card into the right card. Because those are the cards I don't want to be putting into hands. I want to, like the Queen of Spades, it's a steel card, but that Queen of Spades is actually very useful to me in hands. Like if I want to be playing a flush right now. Like that is actually very useful just to the hand that I'm playing. So we'll play this one because we've got 2 of this. Be okay. Realistically, I want to be turning steel cards into stuff I don't want to use. Creates a Joker card. See, this is where like these cards are really mean because like this one's pretty basic, and it's like there's a lot of other better Jokers, but it's just like consistently decent. And I guess we will just like for the sake of stream, like we'll do the risky use. But like yeah, then I get something like this. Where it's like, great, I can go up to $20 in debt. That's not something I really want. And now I've got rid of something that was just consistently being helpful. However, each played card with a heart suit gives times 1.5 multiplier when scored. The suit does change at the end of the round, though. I mean, that's worth just having for... Even if that's helping half of the time or less. Like, Jesus Christ. And we can copy it when it applies to a hand we're playing. And that changes at the end of every round. So there's certain rounds where just either a heart or a club. Like, we're in it. I'm just changing just for the sake of, like, I like all the 3 full-size cards all being together. I don't know. Yeah, we'll make something a steel card. I don't even think... I like steel cards being there that much. I'm just like, yeah, if I can get another steel card, just do that. these antes are starting to get, the blinds are starting to get big now. So we're on ante 7 out of 8. Means the next boss after this boss in a minute. So we'll play this one, then a boss. And then we'll be on like the final 3 rounds to play before we like beat the run. Go on. Probably easier to just do it that way, right? Because even if we're just getting that 1 heart blade, the wild card, or if we play all 3 wild cards at once, actually, they will both act as the Wrathful Joker to get the spade +4, but then because they act as every suit, they should also proc that 1.5 times, and then that will copy it and proc it again, which means in theory if we use 3 wild cards we would get 6 1.5 times uses, right? I think that's how it's works, and we'll try it out. Yes, that is how it works. Which is just fucking dumb. In theory, the theory worked out. We over doubled the required score in one go. We're just, yep, okay. That combo is ridiculous of like having that card and then just doubling it. This is why I always love the times multipliers, not the additional multipliers. Get that turn 1 finished. Like, do the JoJo pose on that. Turn 1, like, fuck you. Up a 2 fair, why not? So which one is it next? Apparently it's hearts again. Tarot card when discarded. Get some cards. Give it 1. All cards are considered face cards. Don't want that necessarily. Doesn't seem that helpful. This is just the first face card. We've got enough face cards that a lot of the time we are getting a face card in the hand. And it would mean we couldn't do the, like, wait until the end to multiply all of the stacks. It would mean that you immediately use that multiplier at the start. Decrease the level of the played poker hand. Oh my god, I hate this one. So say, for example, you know, our flush is at level 4. Every time this round we play 1 flush, that's going to decrease the level of our flushes permanently. Which just friggin' sucks. It's hearts again. So we want to keep the wild card. And we probably just want... Got the... Got 2 wild cards. An 8. Off. Get rid of these 2. I'm gonna go all in. That didn't help. Just trying to make this one hand as efficient as possible. So if we play a 7 first, that's going to activate +4 times 1.5 times 1.5 because it's a wild card. Then if we play the Joker next, that will also activate +4 1.5 times 1.5 and then activate the Joker, which will be ×2. And then if we do the Queen, 8, and 7 after them, then that will just do the 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. And then we've also got the 2 steel cards in it. And as well. So this is going to be hopefully enough to just smash it out the park. I don't know how many multipliers we're using here. I think like a dozen of them. Maybe 13 of them. It should hopefully annihilate the goal, yeah. I'm just trying to make sure, like, can I make this any more efficient before I play it, but I don't think I can. So it lowered the level of the hand because we played a flush. Yeah, those multipliers, like, boom, 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 boom. Like, yeah, we needed 70,000 and we got 573,000. Okay, yeah, we made it efficient enough. We only beat it by 500,000. It's like, yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. Yep. Okay. I felt a bit better about that. Like, I was pretty sure this is going to get us a really good score. Yeah, exactly. If it didn't fuck us over and, like, drop the level of the hand by 1. Which is why I wanted to just be like, let's get this done in one hand. Because I don't want to sit there trying to just whittling down our levels of all our hands as we keep playing. Get another steel card. Just keep just making our deck more metal and metal as possible. And a wild card is also just really fucking handy. The more wild cards we can get played into that, it's like, it doesn't matter what's coming up. It's a free Mega Buffoon pack. Cards doubles all the probabilities. We don't have anything that's playing into probabilities in this. Get a tarot card if the great. I just feel like none of them are as... Yeah, no. I'm thinking the exact same thing. Shop has a rare Joker, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, compare that of like all cards debuffed until one Joker sold. Okay. But it might be worth skipping this blind so that going into the boss, we're guaranteed that this Joker wants us to play spades. I think that's the better option. We're not going to really benefit from that shop because the next thing will end the run, but it'll mean that that Joker is working for the spades. I think that's how it works anyway. Yep, means spades still there. And then might be the picture. That's the thing, is the polychrome card is doing nothing. for us, but like, what's better? Adding 4 multiplier for each spade, so plus 20 to the multiplier, or doubling it when we use a face card. And maybe we can see based on the hand we get dealt to begin with. Okay. Yeah, that is a spade flush right there. So we would get the plus 20 to the multiplier. And like what right now the multiplier is... Why is that a pair? Is it because it's debuffed? Yeah. So that would be plus 20 multiplier. The jack is a spade. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I'm just trying to select them to, like, think about... I was hoping it would tell me how much a flush is, so... Times 8. And then that would be... So I could realistically get rid of these cards as better. Yeah, at that point it's probably worth getting rid of the photo. We'd only be using one face card still. Yeah, I think getting rid of the photo. Oh. I'm gonna get rid of this one, the Wrathful Joker. I think. Chat, let me know if we agree on this. I just think that ×2 after, like, we do the 1.5, 1.5 for 4 cards, then doubling that on the 5th card being a face card is way more powerful than adding 20 to a multiplier. But then every time we play a spade, it would be +4 times 50%, which is 6, times add 50%, which is like 9. Yeah. I know. It's not the end of the world, is it? It's a video game. I'm gonna sell the Wrathful Joker. To keep all of the things that multiply. I'm gonna do first, play a pair. I'm going to use 2 wild cards, the multi card, and the 2 high cards. Thinking it. I think the best thing I can do right now is just play that hand and see where our cards lie. See how much I need to think and panic after we play this first initial hand that I'm thinking might do actually well. See how far we are off the goal. Yeah, okay. We don't need to worry. We don't need to worry. It's fine. We win. I don't need to be thinking about, like, what's going to happen in the next hand. We win. It's okay. We win. We did better. It's fine. Just like, why am I panicking when I'm thinking in my head that this one hand is probably going to beat the boss anyway? Why am I worrying about, like, how much the next hand may be impacted? Yeah, I mean, that hand was pretty good, like a couple 100,000. But the one before that, of just, yeah, the 573k in one hand when we needed 70. It's like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. And the good thing about this game is, yeah, you can continue and go into endless mode and just keep it going. You can copy your seed if you want to, like, retry that run. And yeah, and I'm sure there's also people that, like, I did that in 17 rounds. I'm sure there's people that are probably, like, doing, like, speedrun versions of just, like, skip round, skip round, skip round, do boss, skip round, do boss, skip round, do boss. I'm, like, fucking speedrunning this shit, I'm sure. But I like the idea of, like, you know, just sitting here and talking out with everyone in chat. And made it a very enjoyable stream, so thank you all. And it's a nice way to end it. Of just, like, it's 2:15 in the morning for me. I need to go to bed soon, but it was nice to sit here and just chat the chat with chat and come up with some theory crafting and stuff. So thank you all for joining. And yeah, maybe, like, you know, we might hit Mass Effect Mondays for next week. If not, maybe I'll just return with some more Balatro, because I love this game. It's so fucking good. And either way, I'm probably just gonna, you know, continue to play it off stream a lot anyway. But yeah, thank you all for joining. Tomorrow we will be playing more Skyward Sword HD, and then on Thursday I will be taking any challengers that want to challenge me. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, doing, like, some meta battles, just some, like, getting all up in that VGC experience. Doing some competitive fighting, so, like, you know, if anyone does have teams and stuff, just pop into chat on Thursday and I'll be happy to battle anyone that wants to battle, and if not, I'll be doing just some rank battles. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for joining, and hope everyone has a great day, evening, or night, wherever you are. You all.